Hello everyone, JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. We have surpassed 4,000 subscribers. I remember at this point last year, I was pushing on ahead towards 1,000 subscribers. We've managed to surpass 4,000 subscribers in a year. Oh wow, absolutely fantastic. Thank you everyone so much for the continued support. It is much appreciated by me. 4,000, wow. Fantastic. Anyway, make sure though, if you're interested in this transfer update, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and press the bell and put your push notifications on. We've got no reason to be aiming higher than 4,000 now. We've surpassed it. 5,000 in a month's time. Let's see. So, also, don't forget, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and you can go and check out my social media links, which you can find in description below and popping up on screen from my Twitter and Instagram. So we're going to crack on with this short transfer update, and we're going to be first up talking about the in. So we've only got one in for this transfer update, and it's talking about what we was talking about yesterday, which is Rodri. Now, the Daily Mail yesterday were reporting that Rodri is expected to be announced today. I said that a deal was possible to be done today, but it'd take a lot, and the MEN came out yesterday and confirmed that actually he won't be signing today, but he might sign this week. If not this week, then definitely next week. But the deal, as far as I'm concerned, is near enough done. City are willing to release that clause in his contract. We're waiting for that to be done. I am expecting that to be done this week. That could even come today. Maybe that's what the Daily Mail have confused it with, but if it does, I will report it to you first and fast. Make sure you stay up to date with my Twitter, because I'll retweet things as they're happening if that does happen. Of course, he'll then have to come over to the UK. He'll have to do his medical, agree personal terms, etc, etc. Anyway, so with Rodri, the City will be wanting him for pre-season. The players aren't reporting back for pre-season for another week, so City's basically got another week or so to go. So, yeah, we were just waiting on that. I was speaking yesterday in the comments below about a picture that had been leaked with the new Puma merchandise. Basically, he was wearing a Puma coat, and the thing got leaked, and someone tweeted it to me asking what it was about. So thank you to Nikosianthi, I hope that's how you say his name, but yeah, he follows me on Twitter, so thank you so much for tweeting me the picture and bringing it to my alert. But turns out it wasn't genuine. Turns out it was a Photoshop, but a very good Photoshop nonetheless. I like this kind of stuff at the transfer window, all kinds of things flying around, and seeing people taking it to that next level. Photoshop, absolutely brilliant, but it turns out not true, quite false. But we're also expecting Rodri to be signing, and like I said, could well come this week. I'm expecting a very busy July. City chasing 2, if not 3 players, so we're not just battling for Rodri here. I'd have thought City had tried to get this done ASAP so they can turn their attentions towards potentially Harry Maguire and see what they can do with terms of that deal, and try and resolve the Danilo future and see what they can do with Cancelo. I'd have thought City would have tried to have got this signature with Rodri done very quickly. Doesn't seem like it's going that way. Very frustrating, but there we go. But basically, update remains the same as what it was yesterday, really. Not too much with terms of Rodri, just in terms of dates. Not today, possibly this week, maybe next week. So, my recommendation, keep an eye on my Twitter, and when given the get-go, make sure you get onto Flight Radar 24. It's plane watching season, and make sure you check out when some kind of light aircraft, that's private airlines coming in from Madrid into Manchester. Remember that with Dani Alves, then we might know that Rodri is arriving. But as far as we're concerned, Rodri, number lost at Atletico Madrid. He's going to be leaving Atletico Madrid. We're waiting for Manchester City to release his clause. When that happens, he'll be coming over to the UK, and we'll start sealing things. So the transfer isn't completely done, but it's near enough there. I'm hoping this week will be the week that we finally announce a signing. Of course, we're still waiting on Angelino and Rosicky, however you say his name. We're still waiting upon them to see if they'll sign for Manchester City too. So we're waiting and we're seeing, basically. Kit was launched yesterday, no new players releasing the new kit with Manchester City. Felt like they missed out on a little bit of PR, but considering they was announcing it at midnight, the kit, I don't think they was ever going to announce a player at midnight on going into a Monday, going into a working day. But yeah, there we go. If you didn't know, yeah, the kit's out, by the way. Let me know if you have seen them. Let me know what you think. If not, just go and check out my Twitter. Retweeted some stuff this morning with Manchester City's new kits. So we're going to move on to the outs now. We're going to be talking about Aro Muric. Now, I know there's been a little bit of concern coming in from the Nottingham Forest end. If you didn't know, late last week, they sacked their manager, Martin O'Neill. As soon as he was reversing out the car park, a new manager had pulled up in the car park. Some guy I've never heard of that's being appointed. Little bit strange, Nottingham Forest, and getting through this little period with managers. Why they sacked Karanka, I don't know. People wondering where did it leave the Muric deal. Of course, Preston were chasing him too, but turns out it's been reported by sources close to Nottingham Forest and also their local newspaper were saying that they're still expecting Nottingham Forest to sign, Aaron Muric to sign for Nottingham Forest. They're still expecting that signature to be done, and so we're just waiting upon that being completed, ticked off and signed off, which hasn't yet been done. We're still waiting for official confirmation of that, but news is we're still expecting him to join Nottingham Forest. Now we're going to move on to Mangala, and this is really strange, and I'll get into more detail. So, Sports Witness, they were reporting that Besiktas over in Turkey, they've made a loan offer for Eloquim Mangala. Sources were saying that Besiktas need to convince Manchester City to sell Mangala on loan to them. Now, what I don't get is why Manchester City offered Mangala a new contract late into the season last season. They offered him a new deal, which he signed a 1-year extension. So if he's going on a 1-year extension, I was under the impression City wanted a permanent transfer and wanted to make a little bit of money on Eloquim Mangala. Of course, there was offers of around £2 to £3 million, and instead now it seems it's moving into a loan deal. That even if Besiktas offered to pay Mangala's wage, I still don't see the point in why we put him on a new deal and didn't release him and just allow him to sort out his own future rather than it affecting Manchester City. It's almost like City have tried to be nice, and it turns out then that because we're being nice, other clubs are going to take advantage of us. City have put Mangala on a new deal, and for Besiktas to loan him, you'd imagine they'd want to pay all of his wage, but I don't think they're going to do that. So that means we're going to be paying a little bit more money every single month for Mangala's, or every single week, basically, for Mangala's wage for a player that we could easily have released this summer and should have released this summer. I don't get why he's been put on a new deal. If he leaves on a permanent transfer, I'm fine with that. I accept that. That's fine by me. Then it's okay, the deal, what's happened. I mean, I don't agree with the situation, what we've done with Mangala, and we've kind of just loaned him out and just kind of gone down that messy transfer route that we did with Joe Hart. But if we loan him, the more than likely it is because he's on a high wage that we'll be paying some of his wage. So we're paying some of his wage for him to be at another club for a player that we could have released already, right now. Wouldn't have been a Manchester City player. Awful policy. This has been, the situation's just it's just messed up. It's just a mess. It's a complete mess, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. I really hope this source isn't true and they're not loaning him, because just let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But they've really just messed this one up. But as I was mentioning then, Mangala's contract, he could have been done, but in other news, the contracts now for the other players have now come to an end, which sadly now means, most importantly, you'd think Vincent Kompany won't be in a Manchester City shirt or a playing top ever again. Let that sink in, because that's absolutely devastating. June 30th, the contract ends, so on July 1st, we're now starting new contracts, so every player now has got a year less on their deal. It also means now that we've handed over to Puma, of course, the new kit's being announced, and that's why they've done that at midnight as soon as that deal's been struck, where Nike's no longer our kit sponsor. Instead now it's Puma, that's why it's been announced at midnight. But that's the case now. They've got the sponsors already on the stadium, so things are ticking over. It means now that we've also got the sponsorship money, which means transfers, hopefully. Hopefully we'll have something announced. Hopefully it'll come this week. If it does, I will bring it to you first and fast. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you go and check out my social media if you're interested. Go and check out my Twitter and my Instagram, which you can find in description below and popping up on screen. I'll keep you up to date with everything that's happening on Twitter with all things Manchester City, retweeting sources, tweeting about stuff as they happen, so well worth following me on there. If you want to go and check out what I'm up to in my spare time and things like that, then go and check out my Instagram in the form of pictures, you know. I always appreciate any support on any other social media platforms, and don't forget you can also subscribe to my channel with past 4,000 subscribers. Absolutely incredible. We'll make the next push to the next milestone, which is 5,000. But for now, just make sure, if you are interested in daily Manchester City transfer updates, make sure you subscribe, press the bell, and put your push notifications on to keep in the loop with everything happening with Manchester City transfer updates. So I'll see you all again tomorrow, hopefully, with more news, with more players, and hopefully we'll have an update on that Rodri release clause. So I'll see you then. So it's been JSGC. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.